Hi, my name is Riley. I have two moms and an 8-year-old little brother named Casey. I've been asked to talk about Utah that I want to live in when I grow up. I'm 13 and a 7th grader at the Salt Lake Center for Science Education. I like school. 6E's great because I really like science, computers, and math. My science fair recently won 3rd place at the district competition, which means I can compete at state. I'm also really involved in the arts. I've taken art classes at Bad Dog Arts, taken piano at the Salt Lake Piano Academy, taken drum and voice lessons from the Wasatch Music Academy, and my second home is the University of Utah Youth Theater, where I go to theater school and perform plays. I'm currently in a play that performs at Kingsbury Hall in March. I've been a lifelong social justice activist, which is kind of funny since I'm only 13, but I really have. I've registered people to vote, I've attended rallies, I've talked to legislators, I've given speeches, I've canvassed for political candidates. I've worked for immigration reform, gay rights, and other important causes. But most of the time, the candidate I was working for lost. The reform I wanted didn't get a hearing. The rally I attended didn't make a change. And every time there wasn't a change, I'd get a little bit disappointed. But my moms would sit me down and talk about ripples, seeds, and wind. They'd say that each time I speak up, it's like skipping a rock on the water, and the ripples stretch far beyond where the original splash. They say we do this work because we're planting seeds, and that is what teachers do. Even if we can't see the effect of the seeds now, we know that when those seeds will get some sunshine and water, and then they'll sprout into some trees. They say that the winds of change are blowing, and new ways of doing things are going to be blowing in. We just never know when. And sometimes these ripples, those winds, those seeds, they don't spread far enough or grow fast enough or blow hard enough, but we still have to try. Especially then, we have to try, because we have to help the message of change spread, grow, and blow. But then last year, it seemed like out of the blue, suddenly my moms were able to get married. And almost every time I got on Facebook, I saw another child with 2 moms or 2 dads getting adopted. Almost every time I got online, I saw another state that allowed gay marriage. And all this seemed to happen overnight. Gay marriage to me, by the way, is a very big deal. It means more to me than I can explain, but it isn't everything. Utah still has some problems. There's the obvious problem with pollution and global warming that everyone here faces, but there's other problems too. There's problems that teenagers face more, like bullying and depression and judging a book by its cover. Self-harm is a very serious problem for teenagers. There's homelessness, but not just homelessness. There's a problem with thinking that homeless people deserve to be homeless. We don't know how to treat mental illness. And also, every time I turn on the TV, there's another racially motivated shooting, not just in Ferguson, here in Utah. It doesn't matter that a gay kid can grow up and get married if his life in school is so bad that he's thinking about suicide. I'm not trying to be a downer, but in order to talk about the Utah I want to live in the future, I have to talk about the Utah I live in now. So here's my takeaway, I guess. Gay marriage didn't just come out of the blue, even if it seems that way. There were lots of people working. There were seeds being planted, winds blowing, and ripples being made in the water. People worked for years. Sometimes it seems overwhelming when we think about all the things that we need to change. And you can't do everything at once, but you can do something at once. So do something. It can be big, little, or in between. But, one thing I do really well is listen to my friends. One thing my family recently did is put solar panels on our house. My brother does a good job with challenging gender stereotypes because he loves wearing pink. Another thing I do is give talks like this, hoping that someone will feel inspired to do something. We work hard in Utah to make ripples and plant seeds. These are the softer elements of change that are based on educating our friends and neighbors. But in Utah, the most neglected element of change is wind. This is a harsher element of change because sometimes the Utah nice isn't enough. Sometimes it's okay to let the wind rock the boat. We also need to strengthen the winds of change so together we can blow over Utah's new leaf. And remember, no matter what, it comes down to ripples, seeds, and wind. Thank you.